War! Really, what is it good for? As admittedly horrific as war is IRL, it does make for some pretty awesome movies. I'm not trying to justify the fact that war is actually a bit of alright because it presents filmmakers with the opportunity to render explosions and battles and chase sequences and badass men on badass missions, but well, actually, I'm kind of saying that. The war genre, after all, is one that seems made for the cinematic medium, and given the way in which war affects all of us in some way, shape or form, movies of this kind can be hugely important in their attempts to deconstruct history. Also, explosions, battles and car sequences, right? But over the years, filmmakers have used the filmic medium to explore the casualties, repercussions, and semantics of war to great effect. And some of the best and most acclaimed movies of all time happen to fall into this genre, of course. So join me now as I fix my gaze on the essential 20, those definitive war movies that you should ensure to have seen before your time on this earth runs out. No spoilers incoming, don't worry, I'm just going to do a little nerdgasm over each of the following films to explain why you have to see them. With that in mind, I'm Will for What Culture, and here are 20 war movies you must see before you die. Number 20, Zulu. Michael Caine is wonderful as the by-the-bucks lieutenant in this exciting, action-packed, dramatic retelling of the Battle of Rorke's Drift, in which less than 100 British troops managed to fight off over 4,000 Zulu warriors. It's stuffed with bravado and gorgeously shot, and the action scenes are brilliant. It's also something of a rollicking good time in that classic cinema kind of way. Number 19, Platoon, 1986. Platoon's writer-director Oliver Stone actually fought in the Vietnam War, making this particular war flick both intimate and personal. Indeed, Stone set out to make a film about his own troubled experiences. Charlie Sheen stars as teenager Chris in what is perhaps his best filmic performance ever, and Willem Dafoe is, as always, wonderful as a veteran soldier. Well worth a watch. Number 18, Inglourious Basterds, 2009. Inglourious Basterds doesn't proclaim to be great history. Indeed, its unexpected ending confirms that writer-director Quentin Tarantino had absolutely no intention of sticking with the facts. Regardless, Bastards shows how war makes for a great creative backdrop. Hilarious and provocative, it also gave us Christoph Waltz. One of Tarantino's best films, and definitely one that fans of his works should not miss. Number 17, The Thin Red Line, 1998. Terrence Malick's slow and meandering war parable might prove too plodding for some, though patient viewers will be rewarded if they're willing to let its dreamy atmosphere wash over them. The movie chronicles the Guadalcanal campaign, which was fought in the Solomon Islands in 1942. It's gloriously shot and a totally unique war film effort. Number 16, The Great Escape. Even if you've never seen The Great Escape, you're probably well acquainted with a bunch of its famous scenes and that incredible musical score. Something of a caper movie, The Great Escape features Steve McQueen in one of his best performances as the leader of a group of prisoners who attempt to flee the perfect Nazi POW camp. Number 15, Grave of the Fireflies. The only animated film on this list, Grave of the Fireflies is, according to Roger Ebert, an emotional experience so powerful that it forces a rethinking of animation. And he's right. This anti-war film, which sets its focus on two Japanese siblings in the last days of World War II, will break your heart. It is an absolute masterpiece. 14, Dunkirk. Dunkirk tells the story of the evacuation of the British soldiers from the beaches of northern France during World War II. The story is told from three perspectives: land, air, and sea. Among the greatest films created by the legendary director-writer Christopher Nolan, and featuring incredible performances across the board, Dunkirk manages to be heart-wrenching, terrifying, and inspiring in equal measure. Honestly, it's worth seeing for Hans Zimmer's incredible minimalist score alone. 13, 1917. The most recent entry on this list, 1917, was released to well-deserved universal acclaim. The film follows two British soldiers in World War II who undertake a mission to deliver a message warning of an upcoming German ambush. It's perhaps most notable for its cinematically virtuosic, continuous shot sequences and its brutal, intimate depiction of the horrors of trench warfare. Number 12, Ice Cold in Alex, 1958. Set in Africa during World War II, Ice Cold in Alex, based on the novel of the same name, tells the story of a small band of allies who are separated from their division and their journey back to Alexandria. Despite the title, this movie isn't set in the harsh terrains of some snowfield, but refers to the main character's desperate need for a cold beer. So it's relatable too. Number 11, The Deer Hunter, 1978. Best known today for its harrowing Russian roulette sequence, The Deer Hunter is an epic tale about a group of friends from a small Pennsylvania town that is admittedly long and occasionally difficult to watch, but there's no denying its inherent power or the great effect of watching the before and after lives of the characters after being shipped off transforms them forever. Number 10, Come and See, 1985. Criminally underseen all over the world, despite the title, Come and See is a harrowing plea against the tragedies brought on by war. Raw, surreal, heartbreaking, and emotionally draining, this Russian picture hones in on the experiences of a young farm boy as he navigates the terrain of World War II. It will leave you totally and utterly lost for words. Number 9, The Bridge on the River Kwai, 1957. Amongst the most famous of all war movies, David Lean's epic drama chronicles the efforts of a British officer, Alec Guinness, as he struggles to lead a group of POWs in Thailand as they attempt to construct the bridge of the movie's title. Beautifully shot and masterfully paced, it is an exciting, explosive, and ultimately tragic movie. Number 8, The Dirty Dozen, 1967. Who says war movies can't be fun? Loud, brash, and often ridiculous, The Dirty Dozen proves that not every war movie has to be serious, as a group of misfits are packaged for a suicide mission into Nazi Germany. With an incredible cast and musical score, war doesn't get any more enjoyable than The Dirty Dozen. Number 7, Army of Shadows, 1969. Another little-seen classic, and certainly one of the most captivating war movies ever made. Army of Shadows, the 12th film from master director Jean-Pierre Melville, takes a realistic approach to documenting the tragedies of war. This is war cinema at its most candid, but also its most restrained. Cold and eerie, it's unlike anything else you'll ever see. Number 6, Das Boot, 1981. Das Boot has somehow earned a reputation for being that overly long film about a German submarine. While those things are technically true, Das Boot is also a true epic, masterfully directed by Wolfgang Petersen, who has never been better than he is right here. Unparalleled in its depictions of claustrophobia, Das Boot sticks with you forever for a different take on war films and arguably the greatest foreign language film of all time. Number 5, Full Metal Jacket, 1987. There's an unmistakable element of cool inherent to Full Metal Jacket, one brought about by its eclectic soundtrack choices. But don't be fooled, as there is so much horror to be found within Stanley Kubrick's Vietnam film. Split into two halves, Full Metal Jacket offers up a haunting portrait of several soldiers during training and in the full thick of the Vietnam War. I mean, it's Kubrick, you can't go wrong, right? Number 3, Paths of Glory, 1957. Francois Truffaut once said that it was impossible to make a true anti-war film because war is so inherently exciting. He must have forgotten about Stanley Kubrick's Paths of Glory, which is perhaps the best anti-war film ever made, a perfect courtroom drama about a colonel trying to stop an unjustified execution. You know it's good when it's a Stanley Kubrick film that ranks higher on a war film list than Full Metal Jacket. Criminally underviewed, this is one of those films that should be mandatory viewing in all ethics and moral classes. Number 2, Schindler's List, 1993. Schindler's List's almost documentary-like approach to its subject matter, the Holocaust, imbues what is arguably Steven Spielberg's most accomplished motion picture with an unmistakable air of realism. Liam Neeson is masterly as Oskar Schindler, the Austro-German businessman who made deals with the Nazis to save thousands of Jews from death, in the role that brought him true international recognition. Schindler's List is a rare case of a film that actually manages to live up to its insane hype. Number 1, Apocalypse Now, 1979. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. And that's just one of many now immortalized quotes from Francis Ford Coppola's masterpiece, Apocalypse Now, which is widely regarded as the definitive war movie of the 20th century. A modern retelling of Conrad's Heart of Darkness told against the backdrop of the Vietnam War, this incendiary hallucinogenic odyssey of a movie sees Martin Sheen's Captain Willard on a mission to assassinate a renegade Green Beret who has set himself up as a god amongst a local tribe deep in the jungles of Cambodia. Who else but Marlon Brando? Raw, beautiful, endlessly disorienting, and goddamn, what a soundtrack. War movie perfection. And there you have it, folks, 20 war movies you must see before you die. Now, obviously there's more than 20 great war movies out there, so please leave a comment down below with entries that you feel like should have been on this list. Also, drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and drop me a follow on Twitter at YouSlyDogU. Also, swing on by WhatCulture.com for daily news, lists, articles, quizzes, and all that other great funky internet goodness. I'm Will for What Culture, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.